Um, I have to be honest right up front. Whenever we get a stack of sources about luxury living in fiction,
Oh boy.
yeah, especially sitcoms, I immediately brace myself. We've been so conditioned by shows like, Succession or The White Lotus
Mhm.
to expect something specifically toxic.
It's totally the standard trope, isn't it? The
Yeah.
assumption that wealth automatically isolates people and just turns them into sharks.
High net worth usually equals low empathy.
Exactly. But we're looking at something very, very different today. We're taking a deep dive into the AI-generated sitcom universe of the Miss Kweeta Girl Show.
Mhm.
And specifically, we are focusing on episode 3, which is titled Lattes, Lifts, and Lights.
And based on the notes, this show seems to be proposing a complete counter-hypothesis to the usual tropes.
Yeah, it really does.
It's presenting a world where your neighbors are literal millionaires, the gym is run by AI, but the community is actually, well, it's nice.
Yeah,
Like, is that a glitch in the AI generating this, or is that the whole point?
I really don't think it's a glitch. I think it creates this fascinating dissonance for the viewer. We are analyzing a slice of life in the Heights.
Right. That's the building.
Yes, this ultra-luxury apartment building owned by the M&G conglomerate. And the source material paints a picture of what sociologists might call a high-trust community.
But just wrapped in absurdly expensive packaging.
Precisely.
So our mission for you today is to figure out how this ecosystem actually works. We need to look at the social hierarchy, the currency of favors, and...
We absolutely have to talk about the one character who refuses to play by these utopian rules.
oh, the outlier.
Yep.
Becky.
Yeah.
We will definitely get to Becky. But first, let's set the stage a bit. The notes describe the Heights not just as a setting, but almost like its own sovereign nation.
He kind of is.
Who actually lives here.
Well, context is everything here. This isn't a building for up-and-comers or struggling artists making their way in the big city.
Right.
It's for people who have already arrived. The roster includes people like Melinda, who owns a high-end financial boutique.
There's Gregory, who owns the McLaren shop. And to be clear, the notes specify that as a shop for customization, not just a dealership.
So these are heavy hitters.
Very heavy hitters.
And that brings us to our protagonists, Quita and Erica. In a lot of sitcoms, the main characters are usually the underdogs, right?
Yeah, the outsiders looking in.
Trying to break into the exclusive club. But looking at their profiles here, that's just not the dynamic at all, is it?
No, and that is a crucial distinction that completely changes the stakes of the show. Quita, and by the way, that's pronounced Quita, is stepping into a director-level position at M&G.
Okay.
And her best friend Erica is the assistant director. They aren't trying to sneak into the party. They are holding the keys to the castle.
So they are entering this ecosystem basically as equals to the existing tenants.
Exactly.
Okay, so everyone is rich, everyone is highly successful. Usually that is a recipe for massive ego clashes.
Oh, for sure.
But the episode opens in the building's cafe, which is called Art, Coffee, and Tea, and the vibe is surprisingly wholesome. It really is. This is segment 1, the morning ritual. And if you look closely at the interactions, it serves as a masterclass in what we call service dynamics. We see Melinda walk in. Now remember, she is a titan of finance. In a darker show, she'd be on her phone, pacing, ignoring the staff entirely.
Right, snapping her fingers for a black coffee.
Exactly. But here, she doesn't even have to speak. Roaster Ryan, the barista, sees her and immediately recites her order back to her.
And it is not a simple order.
Not at all. I want to read the specifics from the source material because the detail implies a really long-standing intimacy.
Go for it.
He says, grande latte, almond milk, medium heat, lavender syrup, cinnamon dust.
Hold on. Medium heat.
Yeah.
Who asks for medium heat?
Someone who knows exactly what they want and someone who trusts the person making it to actually care enough to adjust the temperature.
That's a good point.
Ryan describes his work as muscle memory and says it's soothing to the soul. He even finishes her drink with a heart shape in the latte foam.
Now, is that just really good customer service? Or is there something else going on there? Because the notes mention Melinda compliments him on working out his mind and body.
Oh, there is definitely a vibe.
That sounds like a little bit of flirtation to me.
It's certainly a mutual appreciation society.
Yeah.
Melinda acknowledges his craft, and Ryan takes genuine pride in anticipating her needs.
Yeah.
It establishes that in the Heights, the service staff and the residents function in this kind of perfect harmony. It's a very idealized social contract.
Right up until the contract gets shredded.
Yep.
Because then Becky walks in.
Enter Becky.
The notes describe her as unintentionally a mean girl. which in my opinion is honestly the most dangerous kind because she just completely lacks self-awareness.
Completely. She lives in a reality distortion field. She walks up to Ryan, who, remember, just flawlessly executed that complex order for Melinda, and she expects the exact same treatment. But Ryan draws a blank. He has no idea who she is.
And instead of assuming, oh, I haven't been here enough, or maybe I should introduce myself, she fabricates this wild story.
Yes.
She claims that usually a new guy from Brazil with a strong accent orders for her.
It's a classic defensive mechanism.
Oh, totally.
She is trying to project high status, saying, look, I am so desired that men perform labor for me. But it falls flat because the system, which is Ryan, has zero data on this.
Right.
There is no record of any Brazilian boyfriend.
She is genuinely shocked he doesn't know her name. She says, it's Becky.
Like she's Nike.
Right. Like she's a global brand.
Yeah.
But we really have to talk about her actual order. I mean, I've heard some complicated coffee orders in my time living in the city, but this...
It is a monument to excess.
It reads like an AI hallucination of a Starbucks receipt. Let's break this down.
Okay, it's venti, half-calf soy, extra hot, extra froth.
Sugar-free vanilla, white mocha.
Salted caramel on the rim and the top.
And it keeps going.
With cream on one side.
Okay, whipped cream on one side. Physics would like a word with Becky. How do you even engineer that in a hot liquid?
You don't. And rose gold glitter.
Of course.
But the kicker, for me at least, isn't the ingredients, it's the vessel.
Oh, right.
She demands this entire concoction be served in a limited edition mermaid tumbler with a rose gold stainless steel straw.
Which implies she thinks she is at a Starbucks. She doesn't even realize she is in a high-end boutique cafe that probably roasts its own beans on site.
Exactly. It shows a total lack of cultural capital. She has the financial capital to live in the Heights, but she lacks the situational awareness to actually fit in.
Yeah.
She is treating a bespoke boutique experience like a commodity fast food chain. And when Ryan politely informs her they don't carry mermaid tumblers, she drops her catchphrase.
Do better.
Do better.
That is such a dismissive, toxic phrase in this context.
It shifts the blame entirely. In her mind, if the world doesn't align with her fantasy, the world is broken. She takes her cup without the mermaid tumbler, obviously, and complains that waiting in line is for average people because she is the quote-unquote it girl.
So we have this really stark contrast right at the top of the episode. Melinda connects with the community and gets perfect service. Becky demands specialized treatment without any connection and gets, well, she gets her coffee, but she gets no respect.
Precisely. It sets up the central theme of the whole deep dive today. Money buys you the square footage, but awareness buys you the lifestyle.
Wow.
Becky has the money, but she has zero awareness.
Speaking of lifestyle, let's move up to the 63rd floor. Act 2 takes us to the 63 Fitness Club.
This is where the M&G corporate influence really flexes its muscles. The notes describe a facility that is pure sci-fi.
Yeah, we aren't just talking about nice treadmills here.
No, we are talking AI-driven powerlifting equipment, holograms.
And I saw a note about auto-clean bots for pet accidents.
Yes, that caught my eye too. The gym is pet-friendly, but they've automated the messy parts.
Right.
It implies a very specific type of luxury one where you never have to deal with the biological realities of life, even for your dog.
They mentioned the specific dog, actually, Mr. Vassar, described as a tiny hot dog.
Which is a great visual.
Yeah.
Luigi, the gym owner, points out the relaxation area for pets, again reinforcing that this building caters to every possible whim. But the character dynamics here are even more interesting than the tech.
Yeah, we meet a character named Roberto. Now, usually if you introduce a successful male model influencer in a sitcom,
he's the villain.
Exactly. He's vain, he's vapid, he's judging everyone's workout.
Correct. But the source material subverts that trope entirely. Roberto is described as extremely nice. He isn't looking in the mirror flexing, he's looking at the steam room.
Yeah, he is genuinely pumped about the eucalyptus steam.
And he loves that the membership is included in his rent.
Which is such a funny, grounding detail.
Yeah.
This guy's probably making millions on brand deals, but he is still excited about a bundled amenity.
It grounds him. It shows that despite the influencer label, he is actually part of the community. He isn't performing for Luigi, he is connecting with him.
Then the rest of the crew arrives. Quita, Erica, Gregory, Reese, Caleb. It basically becomes a group hang.
This is the third place concept in action. The cafe is one, the gym is another. It is where the community bonds outside of their apartments. And the show uses confessionals, those direct-to-camera reality show-style interviews, to show us what is really happening beneath the surface.
I love these confessionals because they show the cracks in the professional armor. You have these high-powered people acting like teenagers.
Yeah.
Reese, the social media guy, feels like a superhero because of the AI tech.
And Melinda, who is so incredibly composed in the coffee shop, admits to the camera that she has a massive crush on Roaster Ryan.
Right.
She says she would trade squats for his espresso.
And Erica's just losing her mind over Luigi. She literally spells out the word fine with a PH, P-H-Y-N-E.
It humanizes all of them. They aren't just director-level executives or boutique owners. They are regular people getting distracted by attractive gym owners.
Yeah.
It makes the extreme wealth aspect less alienating. But then we have to look at Becky's confessional.
Here we go. Everyone else is thinking about the gym, the fun group dynamic, or their crushes. What is Becky thinking about?
Herself, specifically her dominance over others. She tells the camera that she would have Roberto, the incredibly nice male model, begging for water because no man can focus in her presence.
She literally thinks she is a siren.
She believes she's the protagonist of everyone else's life. But the visual storytelling in the episode immediately undercuts this in a really funny way.
The elevator scene.
It is a classic visual gag.
So good.
The group finishes the tour. They are laughing, chatting, moving as a single unit. They get into the elevator.
And Becky is trailing behind.
Presumably posing or checking her reflection in a window somewhere.
And the doors close.
Without her.
And the screen just flashes the text. Where's Becky?
It is harsh, but it is narrative justice. She verbally isolates herself by acting superior, and the environment responds by physically isolating her.
Yeah.
She misses the boat, or in this case the lift, because she is too busy admiring her own reflection.
So we have seen the social hierarchy of the toffee shop, the communal bonding of the gym. Now we move to Act 3, which I think is actually the most revealing part of the episode regarding how power actually works in this universe.
The power play. This takes place in a private screening room. Custom leather chairs, LED strips, the works.
And the event is a movie night. But they aren't just scrolling through Netflix.
No. This is where we really learn about the character Caleb.
Right.
He is part of the group, owns a high-end trading business. The notes specify he is not shady, which I think is a very funny clarification to make.
Important legal distinction.
Yeah.
Not shady.
Right, but he has secured an exclusive, unreleased cut of a sci-fi movie called Neo Mercy Clan straight from the studio vault.
Okay, I have to ask. How does one get a movie from a studio vault? You can't just buy that on Amazon Prime.
This is the key insight into this world. You can't buy it with money. You buy it with favors.
Oh, okay.
The notes say Caleb secured an ancient Egyptian artifact during a tariff war as a favor for a studio executive named Marcus McCormick.
Pause. Secured an ancient Egyptian artifact during a tariff war. That is a wild sentence to just toss out there in a sitcom.
It really is. It suggests that these characters operate on a geopolitical level that we don't even see on screen.
Yeah.
But notice what he does with that power. He doesn't use it to make more money. The payoff is entirely social. He did it to host a cool movie night for his neighbors.
That is social capital, isn't it?
Exactly. In this world, currency is easy. Everyone has money. Access is hard.
Right.
Caleb is demonstrating his value to the tribe by providing something money literally can't buy, exclusivity.
And how does the tribe react?
They are floored. Quita sends the text, "Popcorn's hot," and everyone immediately assembles.
Love that signal.
Gregory thinks the movie is the future of cinema. Reese calls it next-level epic.
And Melinda, our business guru, what is her take? Does she care about the sci-fi aliens?
Not really. She is impressed by the contract. She admires the hustle it took to get the tape. She actually considers inviting Roaster Ryan to a private viewing next time.
I love the continuity there. She is plotting her own romantic merger.
Exactly. Everyone is having a shared emotional experience. Erica is fangirling over the alien uprising. Roberto feels like he is on a red carpet. It is a peak community moment.
Except for one person. Let me guess who didn't enjoy it.
Becky thought it was just fine.
Just fine. An unreleased blockbuster obtained via international artifact trading is just fine.
Her critique wasn't even about the plot or the effects. She wonders why she wasn't approached for a leading role.
Oh my gosh.
She genuinely believed she could work an alien spaceship scene better than the actual actors on the screen.
It is incredible. She is watching a movie, and her only thought is, why am I not in this?
It confirms the diagnosis. She cannot participate in a shared joy because if she isn't the center of it, she simply doesn't see the value. She's bored by anything that isn't a mirror.
And while she is having this existential crisis of vanity, what is Mr. Vassar doing?
The tiny hot dog, he's eating popcorn off the floor.
God, I love that detail. It grounds everything. You have billionaires, unreleased movies, ancient artifacts, and a dog eating floor popcorn.
It is a reminder that despite the absurdity of the wealth, this is still a home. It is domestic. It breaks the pretension.
So, pulling back a bit, we have gone through the day, the coffee shop, the gym tour, the movie night. What is the big takeaway here for you, the listener? Because on the surface, this is just a sitcom about rich people doing rich things. Why should we care?
I think it offers a really interesting commentary on the 2 ways to be successful in life.
Okay, let's hear it.
You have the Quita and Caleb model. You use your success to build bridges, to create experiences, to connect. You treat the barista with respect. You share your gym perks. You use your insane geopolitical connections to throw a movie party.
The community model.
Right. And then you have the Becky model. You use your success to build a pedestal. You demand the mermaid tumbler. You assume the elevator waits for you.
And the irony is, the people in the community model are actually having a much better time.
That is the key. Becky is miserable. She is frustrated at the cafe. She is physically isolated at the gym. She is totally unimpressed at the movie. Her narcissism is actually robbing her of the luxury she is paying millions for.
That is a powerful thought. You can be the richest person in the building, but if you are a Becky, you are still poor in the things that actually matter.
It is about social ROI, return on investment. Becky is getting 0 return on her social investment because she isn't putting anything in. She views people as props, so they just treat her like a ghost.
And looking ahead, the notes mention a monologue from Quita at the very end of the episode.
Yes. After the movie, reality kind of sets in. Quita mentions that she and Erica start their actual jobs director and assistant director at M&G the next morning.
So we've seen them at play, now the stakes go up.
Exactly. It is one thing to navigate a coffee shop line. It is another entirely to navigate a corporate boardroom. It will be really interesting to see if the nice vibes of the Heights survive contact with the corporate machinery of M&G. We know they are friendly neighbors, but are they ruthless bosses?
And I shudder to think what Becky is like in a meeting.
She probably asks the CEO to take notes.
On rose gold paper.
With glitter on the side.
So here's a challenge for you to take away. We all have a little bit of Becky in us sometimes. That tiny voice that says, I deserve special treatment. Or, why didn't they recognize me?
The next time you hear that voice, maybe when your coffee order is wrong or traffic is bad or someone doesn't hold the door for you, remember the elevator door is closing on Becky.
Don't be the person left alone in the lobby of your own life. Engage with the people around you. It is way more fun inside the movie theater.
And the popcorn is better, even off the floor.
Maybe don't eat it off the floor. Stick to the bowl. That is a wrap on our deep dive into lattes, lifts, and lights. Thanks for exploring the Heights with us.
Until next time.